Welcome, everybody, to the second game of this doubleheader between the Bluefield University Rams and the Point University Skyhawks. It is baseball here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Point also doing softball yesterday. Jackson and I also had the privilege of calling those games, and of course, a couple of those softball games ended in losses for the Bluefield University Lady Rams. And just moments ago in the first game, the Rams baseball team lost their 15-game winning streak, which is very disheartening for the Bluefield faithful. Just to give you a little bit of who to expect here in today's contest, the Rams are going to be starting off with a pitcher in, let me see, Ryan Voss is going to be at the mound, and Tebow will be pitching for for Point. Visiting team bats first, so that means it's top of the first inning. Here we go. First pitch. Big swing and a miss for a strike. No balls, one strike is the count. Here comes the next one from Voss. Sails a little bit to the outside. That's ball one. The count's 1-1. Game remains scoreless here at Bowen Field at Peters Park. It is the first as that one sails down for strike number two. Here comes the next pitch. And low and in the dirt, evening it up, 2-2. Nobody on, it's early in the game. Game two here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. By the way, Brown is up to bat. He had to get out of the way of that one. It's ball three, bringing it to a full count. Brown comes back into the batter's box. Righty-lefty matchup for Voss. Here he pivots. And a swing and it goes foul. Play getting ready to resume. Once again, top of the first. Nobody on. Voss clasps, comes forward with it, and a big swing and a miss. That one's still foul, though. Getting a piece of it. He taps the plate. Voss delivers, dishes. And the ball goes foul past the third base line. Count still remains 3-2. It's top of the first inning. Game is still 0-0. By the way, Ethan Stinson joined by Jackson Bast here for the second game. As Brown gets ready, Voss clasps the hands. Gets ready. Here we go. And ball four. Brown with a base on balls. Runner on first. Coming up now, Vernon. Voss comes up. Dishes, delivers, and right down Broadway for strike one. Count is 0-1. Top of the first. And that one goes inside for the ball and in the dirt. 1-1 the count. Early in the first inning, we got a runner on first in Brown. And let's see what Voss cooks up here. And Voss tries to pick off Brown as he tried to evade first base ever so slightly, but the play is safe. Count is still 1-1 as Vernon is still on home plate. Here comes a dish, and it goes down too low. Now up in the count, 2-1. No outs. Top of the first, counts 2-1, no score. Once again, Rams did not win their last game and forfeited the 15-game winning streak. Here to redeem themselves today is, another pickoff attempt. Knocked safe.
You know, Ethan, I know
And here we go. A grounder. Looks like, no, he's being chased back to home plate, so that's an out on the board.
And Ethan, we definitely talked about how, you can't go undefeated in baseball. So there have been 0 undefeated teams in the sport to win it all. And you're going to have a couple of little dings on your record. But it's always important that you got one more game coming up. You got another one. You can't just let it hang on you.
We're not perfect, right? Yeah? All right. Here we go. Runner on second. It's top of the first inning, 1 out on the board after that chase down back to home plate. And here comes the pitch from Voss. He clasps the hands. It comes forward, down low and in the dirt for ball 1. Runner on second. Vernon just got out after a chase down. Let's see what Voss is getting ready to do next. He looks to second, and he tries to pick off Brown, but he's called safe. Brown really trying to find a rhythm outside the baseline and trying to always go to the bag. Smith is up to bat. Jacoby Smith, who also plays center field. Count is 2-0, 1 out on the board. He's hinting at probably doing another pickoff attempt. Let's see what goes on. Well, he does. Let's see what he does. He comes forward with it, and it's another ball. It's 3-0 count, 1 out on the board. Game is scoreless, top of the first inning. Let's see what happens here. Clasps the hands. Looks back, throws, pivots, and it is just in there for a strike. Three-one is your count, 1 out on the board, runner on second. It is top of the first inning. It's nearing the 5 o'clock hour here on this beautiful day at Bowen Field at Peters Ballpark, and we're coming to you live from up here in the Peters McGonigal Stadium, or rather the press box. See what he cooks up. He throws, turns around. Vernon is safe. Trying to pick off Vernon at every attempt he can get, trying to trip him up. Smith's still at the plate, yeah. And here comes the next pitch from Voss. He looks. He throws a big swing and a miss. Strike number 2. One out on the board. The count is full. Once again, runner on second. There's no score yet. No score. And here comes the next pitch from Voss. He looks, delivers, and the ball flies foul across the first base line and into the stands, or rather on the roof of the stands. Brown is still on second. Got to first on the base on balls. Count remains 3-2. See what he does here. And here's the dish. Grounder out to left infield, or rather the right infield, and he's tagged out. So with that, we got now 2 outs on the board after Smith hit a grounder and consequently got out. Rams are not going to give up now. They're really strong on their defensive game. It's 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch. And it's a grounder. Short. Throws to first and an out. So with that, 3 outs on the board. We'll be back here in just a few moments for the bottom of the first inning where the game remains scoreless here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. It is so fucking hard. Well, you see, for me, this is like acrobatics. But at the same time, I think it's valuable because you're trying to essentially, you know what's already going to happen. So you have a better chance of not effing it up.
The worst part is when it's a fly ball to like the deep outfield, and as soon as it's starting to go out, you're trying to watch the out. The pitch comes on here because it took so long to get out there. That only happened like twice, but I hated it because it was like, and the pitch comes, and I don't know if he got the out because the scoreboard's a little slow, but and there's the out. It's just all
Well,
over the freaking place.
I wish I could just do this up to the moment.
Me too.
We need to figure out what's wrong with that.
It's just the fact that the cameras are just slow. Let's see, when we go directly through YouTube, it's just everything's on a delay. Whereas this one, your audio comes up quicker, I guess. I don't know. Because you're watching in time and then in this real time. So you just honestly, you know what we need to do next time?
What?
We should just bring out like blackout curtains and block these out and then just call it from watching the monitor. And then we'll bring like a bigger monitor so it's easier to watch.
Let's do that. Because this is, yeah, I can't do this. However, I will say it does have benefits, though.
No, it definitely does, because now
I can see what's going to go on, and then I can call this right. All right, let's go back on. Bottom of the first inning is getting ready to get underway here. Game remains scoreless. It's 3 outs from Bluefield. Keeps the lead at no one. Coming up first, Max Aristi, right fielder. Here comes Sebo. And that one's right in the middle for strike 1. My correction, the pitcher's name is Tebow. Here comes the next one from Tebow as he clasps. He throws, and a little bit down in the corner for ball 1.
You think there's any relation to Tim?
I don't think so. Well, the last name is spelled differently. It's Tebo. As the next pitch comes, it's down in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-1. Bottom of the first, no score. Tebow gets in stance, throws. And that one's going to fall to the inside and down for ball number 3. Here comes the next one. And that one's going to go for a base hit out in right field. Rather, that one's going to be an out, according to now someone catching it. One out on the board. We apologize for that. It's coming up now, Taylor Maldonado, who's now the designated hitter in this game. It's a game scoreless. Tebow gets in stance, gets ready, pivots, and that one's going to be low for ball 1. And here comes another one from Tebow. Foul tip brings it to 1-1. Bases are empty. It's 1-1. One out on the board. Here comes the next pitch. And that one's going to fly out for ball 2. Up in the count. 2-1 and 1 out. No score. Here comes the next one from Tebow. And a check swing did not hold up for him, as that one now evens it up. 2-2 with 1 out on the board. Here comes the next one from Tebow. And knocked Tebow over. And let's see what happens here. He's rounding first, rounding second, and he's safe there. I believe that one's ruled a hit. So with that double, Maldonado makes it to second. Coming up next, Clay Wisner coming up to bat for Bluefield. Runner on second, and Maldonado after a double. You know, it bobbled out of the pitcher's hand, and Tebow fell down.
I'm just glad he's okay, to be honest with you, Ethan.
Yeah, but these baseball players are tough. They got it. As here it comes again from Tebow. Here's a pitch. And swung on. And let's see what happens. Is that going to be a base hit? Yes, it is. And it's going to bring Maldonado home. Wisner on an RBI single.
I think the Rams are showing exactly why that last thought doesn't matter. I think they've got so much to prove here in game number 2.
Maldonado comes home. Wisner gets the RBI. And Elijah Lewis, comes now into the right-handed batter's box. Just a friendly reminder, Bluefield in its home-standing light blue double knits and dark blue numerals with white trim. As Tebow comes forward with it, and that one's going to be ball on the inside. 1-0 the count. 1 out on the board. Score is 1-0 Rams. Here's the next one. On the outside. Ball 2. It's 2-0, 1 out on the board. 1-0 Rams. Here we go. And once again, veering off the left-handed box side for ball 3. And let's see what he cooks up now. Pickoff attempt going for Wisner, but he lands on the bag, safe. Now as we head in, let's see what we got here. Wisner goes outside. Ball 4, taking the base. That forces Wisner to second, and Lewis gets on with the base on balls. Occupant on first and second, 1 out on the board. Bluefield leads 1-0 early on, bottom of the first inning. Coming up next, Taylor Moe, the first baseman. Here we go. And Tebow comes forward, breaking ball, and it's going to be called a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the next pitch from Tebow. And that one's going to be high for ball 2. And here comes the next one. And that hits him. Hits batsman. Puts Moe at first base. Forces Lewis to second. Wisner to third. Genter now has a big challenge ahead of him. He could really, really put icing on the cake in this first inning and get a good grand slam hit. Bases are loaded here, as we are now going to have a possible good play coming. Tebow gets ready. Tebow clasps. Tebow pivots, delivers, and not on the doorstep. That's ball number 1. Bases are loaded here as Tebow comes to get another pitch. And that one's going to be yet another ball. 2-0 the count, 1-0 the score. Here comes the next one, and swung on. Looks like we got someone coming home. And we do. The revolving doors happen to be there. Genter getting an RBI single on the day, bringing Wisner home. Lewis goes to third. Moe goes to second. Torres coming up. Bases still loaded. 2-0 Rams is your score. 1 out on the board. Bottom of the first. Bases loaded. Believe we're going to have a mound visit here for Mr. Tebow, seeing what that's going to be about. Never like the mound visits, especially when you got a couple of runs like that.
Well, you got to think every pitcher's got about one mound visit before they're probably pulled. Of course, if you've got a young pitcher in there and he's given up some really bad heat, you might pull him out after the first one. But I also would like to mention that Dalen Nye coming in for the batter in Genter over at first to be the pinch runner.
As the Jeopardy Think music concludes, we now resume play here at Bowen Field at Peters Park. Once again, your score, Bluefield 2, point nothing early on in the first inning. Right here, it's the bottom of the first. Bluefield's at bat. Torres in the right-handed batter's box. Its bases loaded. This could be another hit. Let's see what happens. Tebow pivots. High for ball 1. And here's another pitch. And swung on past a pitcher, past first base into shallow right field. And that's going to bring home 2 more runners. An RBI single for Torres, the third RBI single in this half of the inning. Brings home Lewis and brings home Taylor Moe. Now we got a runner on first and second, Genter on second, Torres on first. It's 4-0. Four nothing Rams, bottom of the first, runner on first and second. Tebow gets ready, gets in stance, pivots, throws. Breaking ball goes to a ball for being too high. 4-0 is your score. 1-0 the count. Here comes an 0-0, and that one's down the middle for strike one. One out, occupants on first and second. 4-0 Rams. Here comes the next one from Tebow. Here we go. Down in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-1 is the count. And here we go. And grounder out to right field. Second, throws to first, and that's going to be it. 4 and out. That's going to bring it to 2 outs. Cobb trying to get to first base. Not going to work out for him. Genter goes to third. Torres goes to second. Up to bat now, Bryce Medlock as he steps in. 4-0 Rams. Here comes the pitch. And he delivers, but not quite on the doorstep. That's going to be ball number 1. 2 outs on the board, bottom of the first inning. Next pitch, here we come. All right, that's down in the dirt. Ball 2. And here comes the next one from Tebow. He clasps, he pivots, and he throws. And that one's going to be batted foul across the first base line. Two on the count. 4-0 the score. Rams in the lead, bottom of the first inning. Here comes the next pitch. That one sails out and down for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Bluefield in the lead. Here we go. And that one's going to be a swing and a miss, bringing the count full. 3-2 and 2 outs on the board. Medlock up to bat. Four nothing Bluefield. 3-2, 2 outs. Runner on second and third rather. Here comes the next pitch. And it's going to be check swing, hold up for him. Ball 4 brings him to first base. A base on balls now loads up the bases here. We got Medlock on first, Torres on second, Genter on third. Now we're going to turn our cards over to Max Aristi. And here comes a pitch, and that's going to be caught by the third baseman, Garcia. For out number 2. Bases are still loaded. Maldonado up to bat now. 2 outs on the board, 5-0 Rams. As Genter came in to score that one. Torres at third, Cobb at second, Medlock at first. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on, and it is caught. So with that, that's 3 outs on the board. And we'll be back in just a few moments with the top of the second here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. The score, Bluefield 5.0. Bluefield 5.0, yeah. I'm sorry, man, but this is... This is too damn hard. I have to be split brain to do this. Is that how you say it? Marquand. He'll be starting off a second for us. Matter of fact, I'm going to just watch this monitor from now on. We don't have blinds in here, do we? Nope. Here, we're about to come back on here. Top of the second here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. To start off the second inning, we have Marquand coming up to bat. Mark. Sorry for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 5-0 game. It's 0-1 now. Runner on first. Rather, it's a 1-1. Here he comes with the pitch. And that one's going to be another ball. 2-1. 2 outs on the board. Runner on first. 5-0 Rams. See what he sets up here. He clasps, pivots, throws. That's going to be outside for ball 3. Next pitch coming in right now. And that one's going to be wild. And that makes Howard, go to second base. Woods up to bat. Dishes, delivers. Looks like that one's going to get the out. 1 out on the board. 3-2. It must have been just foul. Woods still up. "5-0 Rams. 1 out. 3-2 full count. Here we go. Voss delivers and a swing and a miss. Goes foul. Three, 2, 1 out on the board. Runner on second. 5-0 is your score. Rams in the lead. He looks, seeing what he wants to do, throw to second or plate, and he throws to the plate. And that's a big swing and a miss for strike number 3. Oh, my. Sorry. It's a walk for Woods. Base on balls. Next batter, we have Bush. Runner on first and second. He dishes. Aye. That one's almost bobbled. 1 ball, No strikes. 1 out. 5-0 is your score. Bluefield in the lead. See what Voss does here. And he tries to pick off Howard. Not successful, though. Count remains 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out on the board. Bush up to bat. And here comes the next pitch. Dead ball call as he probably got a piece of that one. 1 strike now on the board. 1-1. 1 out. Runner on first. Runner on second. 5-0 Rams is your score. Gets in stance. And he's checking his options. Voss checking his options. And he wants to pick him off. But it's not going to happen. 5-0 Rams. 1-1 the count. Bush up to bat. 1 out. Runner on first, runner on second. And Voss clasps. Let's see what he does. Brings it forward. A big swing and a miss. It's going to bring us down the count. 1-2, 1 out. Umpire's going to be giving him a choice of balls here. Changing it out. 1-2's the count. 5-0 the score. Rams in the lead. It's the top of the second inning. 1-2 and 1 out. Runner on first or runner on second. Voss gets set. Voss pivots. Clasps, rather. Pivots, then throws. Down in the dirt. Ball 2. It evens it up. Here comes the next one from Voss. He clasps and brings it forward. That was going to be too low for ball 3. Runner on first and second. 1 more ball will load up the bases. 1 more strike will get another out on the board. Here comes the next pitch. And it's going to be swung on left field. Going back to the warning track. Does he get it? No, he does not catch it. And consequently, that will bring a couple people home. That one's going to be an RBI. So rather, it only brings 1 person home. Bush getting an RBI double from that play. Runner now on second and third. Bush at second, Woods at third. Howard coming home. Saunier up to bat as that one goes inside for ball number 1. And here comes the next pitch. It's swung on. It's going to go back to the warning track. Is it going to go out? And yes, it does. Home run. Home run for Point University. That cleans the bases. My, oh my. 2 more, 3 more runs coming in. 3 RBI homer for Saunier. That cleans them off. Woods, Bush, and Saunier coming home respectively. Turn the cards over. Brown's coming back. 5-4 is the new score. Here comes the pitch. And it's swung, but going to go foul. And Taylor Moe gets back and grabs it in foul territory, getting out number 2. With that, nobody on. 5-4. Rams in the lead only by 1 after 4 impressive runs made and an RBI homer, bringing 3 people home. From Saunier, Brown at the top of the lineup now. Right-handed box. Here we go. And let's see what happens. Voss dishes. Swung on. Picked up. Scooped by second. Throws to first. And that's an out. So with that, 3 outs on the board. And we'll be back for the bottom of the second inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network with a score Bluefield 5.4. Here we go again. Bottom of the second inning, and Maldonado was the last batter up. So that brings us to Clay Wisner to start us off for the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second, here we go. Still on the mound is Tebow, as they scored 4 runs in the top half of the second inning. Now bringing the lead of Bluefield within 1. Now, Jackson, I just got to tell you, this Point University team means business. And, you know, they now are high on cloud 9 because they beat and they tarnished Bluefield's 15-win streak. What would you say if you were Bluefield right now and keeping your head up because now you're up by a run?
Well, honestly, I think Bluefield's done a fantastic job, but I think Point's record is extremely deceiving. They came into this series 7-9, but they are a much better team than that, led by, like I said multiple times, AAC Player of the Week, Jacoby Smith. But they were going to be the biggest challenge for Bluefield.
As we do it, Clay Wisner comes up to the plate. He gets in stance and assumes the position. We're sorry if you didn't hear Jackson's comments there, but he spoke very highly. It's deceitful. A little bit, you know, their record
being 7-9, it was extremely deceitful that they would even have that kind of record. When in reality, that they're much better. Like I said, led by Jacoby Smith.
Here comes the next one. Let's see. And here it goes, and it's going to go foul across the first base line. That brings the count 1-2. 5-4 Bluefield. Jacoby Smith, or rather, Tebow is on the mound. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's going to be inside, almost hitting him. 2-2. No outs on the board, nobody on. Bottom of the second. Here comes the next pitch. And that one's going to hit the chalk. It's called fair. First baseman scoops it up and gets him out. One out on the board for Clay Wisner. So coming up next, Elijah Lewis had a base on balls last inning, but ended up coming home off of the RBI single from Genter. One out on the board. Let's see what Mr. Tebow is going to cook up. And that one's going to be swung, but foul tipped. Brings a count to 0-1. One out on the board. Bluefield leading by 1. Next pitch. Down low. Ball number 1 evens it up 1-1. Bottom of the second. 5-4 Bluefield. Here's the next one. And down and out for ball number 2. Two one. Here he comes with the dish. And that one's going to be swung out foul past the first baseline and into, past the stands there. 2-2. And here we go with the next pitch. And swung on, short, throws to first, and he doesn't get there in time. Brings the second out for Elijah Lewis. That's 2 straight. Third one could mean 3 up, 3 down for the clan of Skyhawks. Coming up now, Taylor Moe, the first baseman, who caught one out of foul territory here in the last half of this inning. As that one goes down for ball 1. 2 outs on the board, 5-4 the score. 1-0. Here we go. Now it's going to be high for ball number 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs on the board. 5-4. Bottom of the second. And that one's going to go down the middle for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. 5-4 Bluefield. And he swings it on very close to first base. First base picks it up and steps on the base. And 3 up, 3 down, all going to first base. So when we come back, we'll have the top of the third here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where your score remains 5-4 Rams. Well, after Sod retired for Bluefield after 3 up and 3 down, now finds ourselves in the top of the third, where Varnum is going to lead off. It's top of the third inning. 5-4 Bluefield. Voss on the mound. Voss clasps, gets ready to throw. That was going to be a big swing and a miss for strike one. No balls, one strike, no outs, 5-4 Bluefield. It's the top of the third here. Rams Digital Sports Network. This is a 7-inning game, as that one is going to be right down the middle for strike two. Down in the count. Here comes the next pitch from Voss. And strike three while swinging for Varnum. First strikeout of the day. Bet Voss is happy about that. Backwards K in the books. That now brings us to Smith, Jacoby Smith. Next batter. 5-4 Bluefield. Top of the third. Here we go. That one's going to go right in the middle. Or rather, it's going to be called a ball. All right. 1-0 the count. One out on the board. Nobody on. Here we go. That was going to be out the first base line, so that was going to be a foul ball. 1-1 and one out. Bluefield is now in the lead, 5-4, only up by a point, or rather 1 run. Can't really say point one because this is baseball, and two, we're playing a team named Point. As that one is going to go foul again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. 5-4 is your score. Bluefield in the lead by 1. Nobody on. He gets ready. Here comes a 1-2. That one's going to be swung on. Going to go into foul territory, but it seems like Bush has the glove on it. Bush has the glove on it, so a big F7. Marquand up next. Here we come. That one's going to go down and out for ball 1. One-oh, 5-4 Bluefield. Here comes the next pitch. This time up and out for ball number 2. Here comes the next pitch. And here he goes. Swung on. Grounder to first base. Mo scoops it and gets him out. And that one is going to make it out number 3. So, with 3 up and 3 down, we'll be back in just a couple of moments for the bottom of the third here on the Rams Digital Sports Network with a score 5-4 Rams. I think I'm getting used to it now. These chairs are just so nice. You don't have to lean up and see what's going on. You could just sit down and, of course, my feet are off the floor, but all right, let's see. Who's going to lead off? Genter? Yeah, Genter's going to be next one. Let me go ahead and block off. Howard will lead off the next one. All right, here we go. Bottom of the third inning. Here we go on the Rams Digital Sports Network. The Bluefield University Rams lead by 1 point, 1 run. Keep saying point, man. Point is down by 1. Genter is up. Here comes the pitch from Tebow as he clasps it, throws it, and swung on. Grabbed up by second and throwing to first for the out. So with 1 out there, these first base plays are very much a favorite as they had a 1-2-3 type of scenario with first base. So definitely good, strong first base plays, including getting the out for Genter. That's 1 out on the board. This score remains 5-4. We have Tebow still on the mound, and Torres now up to bat. Nobody on, as Point has been successful at keeping people off here recently. Here's the pitch. It's going to be in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0. 5-4 the score. Here we go, another one. And another one in the dirt. Another one bites the dust. That one's going to be 2-0. And here we go with another pitch from Tebow. And that one's a line drive. Picked up by second. Throws to first. And guess what? Another out. Second out in a row. Fifth out in a row, rather, for this Point team. Very reliable first baseman in Woods, as he has been consistent time after time. Varnum and Woods with some of these 4-3 plays. Definitely a thing that Point is relying on right now as Cobb comes up to bat. 5-4 the score. Tebow comes up with it and down and out, or rather in, for ball 1. 1-0 the count, 2 outs on the board, bottom of the third. Here comes the pitch. Down and in, almost hitting the shins for ball 2. 2-0, 2 outs on the board, 5-4 Bluefield, the score. Cobb up to bat, the center fielder for the Bluefield team. Here we go with the next pitch. And that was going to be swung foul across the third base line. Brings the count up to 2-1. Nobody on. Bottom of the second, 2 outs. And here we go. It's batted up. Short throws to first, and first bobbles it out. And it looks like that one was ruled an error.
That's why you run through the base path, Ethan.
That is why you run through the base path and overrun it, as Cobb making the single, breaking the record, I guess, of 5 straight first base out plays by overthrowing from short. Coming up now, Medlock, as now we got a runner on first in Cobb. Here comes the pitch. Thrown, swung on, caught by Varnum, and that is out number 3. Caught by the second baseman, Varnum, a big F4. So when we come back, we'll have the top of the 4th inning here for you on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where your score continues to be, as it has been for a while, 5-4. Who? Oh my, is he at Nationals? I'm going to stretch. Here we go. Top of the fourth inning, getting ready to come underway. Howard up to bat for Point University. The score 5-4 Bluefield. Voss still on the mound for today. Bluefield in the lead by 1. We're almost halfway done with this contest, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes the first pitch. And it's going to be swung foul. Let's see what happens here. We can't see that far, but I do believe that was just a foul ball. Right fielder couldn't get to it in time in Aristi. So that's going to be 0-1 count for Bluefield, or for the Point University Skyhawks, as Howard up to bat. Top of the fourth. Howard at bat. 5-4 the score, Bluefield. 0-1 the count. Here comes the pitch from Voss, and that one's going to be down in the dirt, bobbled. 1-1 the count. Nobody on base. Very early on in the fourth inning. 5-4 Bluefield. Getting set here, Voss. Clasping the hands, getting ready. And here comes the 1-1. And that one's down the middle for strike number 2, down in the count. Strike 2. Here we go with the next one. And a check swing holds up for him, evens up the count. Good break he needed, Howard. Now brings it to 2-2. And here comes the next pitch. And it's swung on deep left field. And guess who catches it? Elijah Lewis catches the ball and gets the first out on the board. Those outfielders, Jackson, very, very strong characters, especially in stopping the runs.
And, of course, you got someone like Elijah Lewis and Nate Cobb who have been in there forever now, and they're just doing a fantastic job of staying on top of everything.
Woods now coming up to bat, as here comes the first pitch. Voss brings it forward high in the air, had to be grabbed up for ball 1. Reminds me of the bot from Team Umizoomi, as he had to extend his arms all the way out. Here comes the next one. High and out this time, ball 2. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on, goes to right field, back to the warning track, and it's not caught. And that one is going to bring him all the way to second base on a double. Woods getting a double. Bush coming up now. We got a runner on second.
I don't know what you could have done differently if you're Aristi there. That ball came a lot quicker than he definitely anticipated.
Yeah, Max Aristi definitely couldn't get a handle on that one. Here comes a pitch. And it's swung on. All the outfielders bunched up, ready to catch it. And it looks like Aristi finally gets his catch for out number 2 and F9 in the scorebooks. Remaining at second is Woods as Saunier comes up to bat for the Point University Skyhawks. 5-4 the score. Runner on second. 2 outs. Top of the fourth. As Saunier gets ready. Here comes a pitch from Voss. Voss looks, throws. High and parallel to the head. That one's going to be ball number 1. 1-0 the count, 5-4 the score. Bluefield in the lead, and there's 2 outs. Betty picks him off right here. He's evading from second base. And look, he does it. He throws to second, trying to pick off Woods. As Sonier's still up there, he's eyeing the options. Umpire calls time. And he's going to put the ball in play again. Might be hinting at another one. Well, he just lifts his leg up. Nothing happens. Luckily, he was on the mound, or off the mound, rather. That would have been a balk. And here we go with the next pitch. And a pickoff attempt, but oh no, it's bobbled. And that brings Woods to third base off that bobble. And that one's going to be an error in the books on the second baseman. Now we have Woods at third. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to fly foul, bringing it to 1-1. Here comes the next pitch, and bobbled, bounced off, and that brings him home. Woods comes home, not a run batted in. Simply the mishap of the catcher now ties the ball game. Here comes the next batter. Or rather, we're still on the same batter, Sonier. 2-2-2. Deuces are wild. Top of the fourth inning, 1 run scored, but not an RBI. Base is empty as the next pitch comes in, and that one's chopped out to left field, not caught, but still enough for a single. Sonier makes to first base. 2 outs on the board. Runner on first. Coming up next, flipping the cards over, Brown. Coming back up to bat. Five. It's a 5-all game. Nobody is in the lead right now. After that bobble from the catcher in Genter, it is not Maldonado in this game, as that one goes down low for ball 1. Runner on first. 2 outs. And here comes the next batter. Here he comes. All right. And that one scooped up. And he's out. Tagged. Right there. Smack dab. So Brown getting out means that's out number 3. We'll be back in a few moments here for the bottom of the 4th inning where the game is tied at 5. Well, hey, I think I'm doing pretty good. This game is getting slow. Maybe if I say that, it'll go faster. We were on one batter for like 6 or 7 pitches. 8. got next? Medlock got the F4. We're starting with Aristi, aren't we? Yeah, we're ready. Bottom of the fourth inning here at Bowen Field at Peters Park. We're coming to you live here from the McGonigal Peters press box up here. Just constructed last year. We did some broadcasting from up here while it was still under construction, but we're glad it's a finished project, and we're now broadcasting to you live. All right. So coming up first, flipping over the card to Aristi to start off the top of the bottom of the fourth. Tebow brings it in and throws down in the dirt for ball one. 5-4 the score. It's a tie ball game at 5 apiece. No outs. Bottom of the fourth. As that one is going foul across the third base line. Here comes the next one from Tebow. 1-1 the count. And that one flies past third, bringing the count up to 1-2. Down in the count for Aristi. Nobody on. Bottom of the fourth. Game is tied. And let's see what he cooks up here. And that one's going to be low for ball two. That one evens out the count. Next pitch from Tebow. And that one swung on, scooped up by short, throws to first, and a 6-3 is in store for Aristi. And that one's the first out on the board.
Ethan, I don't mean to interject, but I would like to say that I believe there was a pitching change that ensued that missed both of our views. I believe the person on the mound is number 13, Alex Williamson.
Alex Williamson, the relief pitcher for Point University. As here comes the one from Williamson, and it goes to left field, not caught, and that's going to be a base hit for Maldonado. Taylor Maldonado getting a single. Maldonado on first. It's tie ball game. Bush couldn't get to it, but who can? I mean, it's right in front. It's right, like 20 feet in front of you. So it's hard to scoop. Not getting there in time. Williamson, the new pitcher that we failed to recognize, and we're sorry about that, is now clasping. He gets ready. And it's swung on left field, and it looks like nobody's going to get to it. So, with that, I believe that's an out for first base. As I threw, Wisner gets the out. Maldonado at second. Coming up next, Elijah Lewis. 2 outs on the board. 5-5 the score. Bottom of the fourth. Elijah Lewis, runner on second. See what he cooks up here. And pitch. He looks, throws, and it's swung on. Caught by short, throws to first, and he is out. Elijah Lewis getting out here. That ends the fourth inning. So when we come back, top of the fifth, getting ready to take place here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the game is tied at 5 apiece. clear. Thank you for also pointing that out to me. Huh? Well, thank you anyway. Why?
Parents are all like, my kid's playing.
Wait, what's going on?
Well, they were mad that we didn't catch the pitcher, that there was a pitch change and we didn't catch it. That was it. It just happened. Because obviously I didn't see it until I looked at the comments. So.
Any more like this announcer doesn't know what he's talking about? Or?
No. Well,
I'm going to see this real quick.
maybe one. Only one said, "What is this announcer watching? What game is this announcer watching?"
Is this one of the fans of the other team, I would assume?
Probably.
What is the game announcer watching?
Honestly.
Fuck it. I don't give a fuck what he thinks.
Okay, Ethan. Whoa, it's feisty, huh?
Sorry. All right, next.
Ready? We're back in 3, 2, 1.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the fifth, or top of the fifth inning, rather, on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Varnum up to bat. And as we get set here, clasp of the hands. Voss brings it forward. High for ball one. Voss delivers, dishes, and that one's going to be a little out for ball two. 5-5 the score. And here we go again with another one. And swung on, the usual formula always works every time. Short, throwing to first, and an out for Varnum. How many times have we seen a 6-3 play go on in this game? Very, very much. As Smith comes up to bat, Jacoby Smith. Here comes the first pitch. And that one's in the dirt for ball one.
You're right, Ethan. If it's that 6 or that 5 that's throwing to the first bag, it's always every time Smith. Quite a danger to have.
As that one goes out for ball two. Smith now has a 2-0 count, 1 out on the board. 5 apiece is the score. Top of the fifth. Next pitch comes from Voss. Here we go. And down and inside for ball three. See what Voss can do here. And that one's way down in the dirt for ball four. Base on balls for Smith. Jacoby Smith takes his base, and he is now at first. Coming up next, Garcia. Garcia, the third baseman. It's 5 apiece. Here comes the first pitch for Garcia from Voss. And that's down and out for ball one. It seems like he always favors that down and backside corner. As he gets set for the next one. He clasps. He dishes. Not on the doorstep. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, 5 apiece. And he looks and throws. High once again for ball 3. The last 7 pitches have been balls. Voss clasps the hands. Looks, throws, and finally a strike. brings the count to 3-1. Five the score. Runner on first. That one's a big swing and a miss for strike number 2. Full count. And the pitch coming right now. And that one's going to be going foul. So now Smith's going to have to march back to first. Here comes the next pitch. And that one swung on, missed. And it looks like we're going to have a single. Smith going to third, however. Garcia managing a base hit to first. So with that, game still remains tied. Runner on first and third. Point looking to threaten to get the lead here. First time in this contest that they have taken the lead if this were to happen. Runners on first and third. 5-all the score. Top of the 5th inning. And here we go at the first pitch from Voss. He claps, dishes, and that's right down the middle. Strike 1. 1 out on the board. 5-5 Bluefield and Point both tied. Here comes the next one from Voss, and that one 2 out for 1 ball. Ball 1, strike 1, 1 out. Runner on first and third. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes down in the count. 1 out on the board. 5-all the score. And let's see what happens here. A big swing and a miss for strike 3. Backwards K in the books for Marquand. Marquand got struck out there. Coming up next, Howard on the left-handed box. 2 outs now on the board, top of the 5th. Voss gets set, looks, clasps the hands, throws, and a big swing and a miss, but it looks like that might have been a foul tip. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs on the board. 5-all the score. Here's the next one. Popper goes foul. Brings it to an 0-2 count. 5-all the score. Runner on first and third. And with that, he pitches. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Another backwards K in the books for Voss. So with that, we back in just a few moments for the bottom of the 5th where the game remains tied. we go. Top of the fifth inning, Taylor Moe leading off this one. And let's see what we got here. And a pitch, it bobbles past in the outfield. And guess who gets the base hit? Taylor Moe getting the single. That was just a nice play. Overall, Jackson just, getting past those defenders in the infield, sliding out in the outfield. Those are the types of plays batters want to have as Genter comes up next.
100%. Taylor Moe was all over that ball, and he was due for a base hit, and that's what he just got.
Now Taylor Moe's on first. It's bottom of the fifth. Williamson looks at his options. Sees what he can do as Moe drifts out, and he picks him off, or at least he tries to, and he's safe. Moe still on first. It's a 5-all game. Williamson throws it, but the catcher misses it. Howard misses it, and guess who steals the base? Taylor Moe, the sharp first baseman for Bluefield. Count is 1-0. No outs on the board. Moe on second after the wild pitch. Genter with the at-bat. Here comes Williamson, and that one's going to fly foul across the first base line for Genter. Runner on second. Counts now 1-1. 5-all is the score, bottom of the fifth. Genter up to bat. Williamson looks at his options. He clasps. He pivots and throws. And that one was a little outside, but still called a strike by the umpire. Down on the count, 1-2. 5-all the score. Runner on second. He looks at second, looks back at first. And he dishes and goes out to being a foul ball. Count remains at 1-2. Moe makes it way back to his station at second, and he's the only runner on base currently. Genter gets set for another one. 5-all. Bottom of the fifth. Williamson looks, clasps, and he throws. Breaking ball goes to being a ball, evening it up, 2-2. Williamson looks as Genter gets in stance. It's 5-5. And here we go. Big one down center field. Caught by Brown, but Taylor Moe makes it to third safely. 1 out on the board. Taylor Moe threatening to score. As coming up after the F8, we now have Torres. Hopefully you're keeping score at home. It's one of my favorite hobbies to do when watching a baseball or a softball game. But whether you are or not, we're glad you're listening and watching to the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the sun is setting, the lights are coming on, and it's 5-5 as Torres comes up to bat. 1 out on the board. Williamson looks and throws too high and out for ball 1. 5-all the score. 1 out. Nobody, well, actually, runner on third in Taylor Moe threatening to score to break the tie that has currently been going on for about an inning and a half. Here comes the next pitch. Williamson comes through with it. And that bat flew out of his hand. Torres, it flew right out of his hand, and that's going to be ruled a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 5 all the score. Bluefield threatening. Taylor Moe on third. Here we go with the next pitch. Torres swung on, going very close to first, and he is out. 2 outs on the board, and Taylor Moe made the wise choice to stay at third. It could have been a very easy double play had Moe tried to go home. Now, with that, 2 outs on the board. Torres getting out. Coming up next, center fielder Nate Cobb, a righty-lefty matchup, coming up for Williamson. Here it comes, the next pitch. Clasp the hands. Here's the dish. And that ball goes foul. Brings a count to 0-1. 2 outs on the board, bottom of the 5th. It is all tied at this time. Taylor Moe still at third. Here comes the 0-1, and down in the dirt, Howard recovers. It's now 1-1. Moe still patiently waiting for his chance to go from third to home. As the game is tied up, the sun is setting at Bowen Field at Peters Park, and there's 2 outs on the board. And here comes the next one. And it's swung on right field, gets past him, and an RBI single as Moe comes in. Cobb with the RBI single. First RBI of the afternoon, well, at least for this game. Cobb on first now after getting the RBI single, bringing Taylor Moe home. Now the score, Bluefield leads by 1, 6-5. The first lead of the game for about an inning and a half. Here comes the pitch from Williamson. Swung on, passes the infielder, and goes out to left field. And it looks like he's going to go get a base hit to first base. Medlock with the single puts Cobb at second, Medlock at first. Now we got occupants on first and second. Coming back to the top of the lineup, Aristi. 2 outs on the board. 6-5 Bluefield. Bluefield really fighting hard, Jackson, after that tragic loss that ended their streak in the first game.
Yeah, and it's been extremely impressive to see how they've been able to do it, and they've been showing up and showing out, especially with that run in.
Here comes the pitch from Williamson. Down and out for ball number 1. Aristi flipping over the card to the top of the lineup. 2 outs. Runner on first and second, bottom of the 5th. Here comes the next one from Williamson. And it is in the zone for strike 1. Makes a pitcher feel good when you strike someone while looking. Better yet, striking out someone while looking. As Williamson gets reset, he clasps it, and he throws it. Ball high brings the count 2-1. 2 outs, 6-5 Bluefield. Runner on first and second. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, right field. Looks like this could be an RBI. Is it? And yes, what it is. Cobb comes home. Safe call, very close. Howard almost got him out. RBI double. An RBI double for Max Aristi. Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful, Jackson. That was absolutely just breathtaking to see. It's one of the best ones I saw all game.
You know, I was really scared when I saw Jacoby Smith. He seemed like he was right in front of it. Drops right in front of him, and it was bad news point all day.
Now the lead extends to 2 as the Rams lead 7-5. We got occupant on second and third as the Think music from Jeopardy starts over again as a mound visit to ensue for Williamson. Could this mean that he could probably be retired for today? I do not know. But it's never a good sign when your opponent's up by 2 after defeating them for so long in the last game. And boom, boom means that now we should be resuming play. All right? So with that, we got base runners on second and third in
Ethan, I believe that they just brought in a new pitcher.
I believe they're bringing in a new pitcher.
Yep,
Yes.
So I think that we might want to take a break unless you want to thank some of our sponsors.
Well, yes, let's thank some of our sponsors right quick while we figure this thing out. So first, we're gonna shout out Dutch's Dairy. They make the best chocolate milk. It's very locally owned in rural Retreat, Virginia. They do it locally. The fridge in the Herb Sim Center has some. It's very local pride. We're glad to be the total sponsors for Dutch's Dairy Milk. All right, Black Tie Charters. Since 1984, they have been serving the 2 Virginias excellently, and the Rams always ride with Black Tie Charters. I don't have these sponsors memorized, so Jackson, take it from here.
Well, I want to thank Swope Construction. Since 1984, Swope Construction has led the way in innovative commercial construction solutions in the 2 Virginias. Swope Construction, a proud sponsor of Bluefield University Athletics. Gigabit Networks offers broadband internet speeds faster than outdated phone company DSL and comparable to cable with no data caps. Gigabit Networks going further with the Rams.
I am glad that you know those better than I do.
Well, I'm trying to see who this one is, and I believe it's number 36 if he's a pitcher on the roster sheet.
Number 36 being Adam Castillo, a senior, 6'3", a right-handed pitcher.
Sweet.
Yes. And I'm also seeing on this roster that they have a left-handed pitcher in Ben Beasley, who has not made it to the mound yet this afternoon.
Maybe we might see him tomorrow. Of course, please tune in tomorrow at, I believe, 1 p.m. for the first game.
Is Castillo pitching? Here we go with the next pitch from the first pitch from the new pitcher. From Castillo, and it bats foul. Almost coming home, though, is Medlock, though the foul ball calls it back, as now the count goes 0-1. Castillo on the mound for for Point University, rather. All right. On the left-handed batter's box is Taylor Maldonado. 5-0, 0-1 is the count. Castillo looks, throws, and down in the dirt for ball 1. Brings and evens it up to 1-1. Castillo looks, throws, check swing does not hold up as it is a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Bottom of the fifth rather. Rams lead by 2. And here we go with the next bat. And oh no, it goes to the warning track. Brown can't get it. And two people come home off of the RBI double from Maldonado. Wow, Jackson. Definitely a different team from what we saw earlier.
Well, I feel like these Rams are finally playing like they don't have anything to lose because this is what is a 15-1. It's still a 15-1 team. That's an insane amount of wins and in such an early season, the best start in school history, and they're starting to play like it here in the bottom of the fifth.
Bottom of the fifth, and I'll tell you something anecdotal. You know, one of the best teams that softball's played, Tennessee Wesleyan, had one loss in a doubleheader and ended up coming back to beat them in the second game. I believe that was Kentucky Christian that they had played. So now we resume play, and we have a runner on second in Mr. Maldonado as he got an RBI double, 2 RBIs, bringing him home. It is now a 9-5 ball game. And that one goes in the middle for strike one. Castillo is looking, surveying his options. He clasps. Pitch. About to come in. He looks and throws. And it's way out for ball number 2. 2 on the count, 2 outs on the board, runner on second, bottom of the fifth, 9-5 Bluefield. After 4 runs in the bottom of the fifth inning here, definitely something to be proud of, but this game is not over yet, as that one is a strike. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here, bottom of the fifth, 9-5 Bluefield leading by 4. And here comes the bat, and it goes back to the warning track. And oh, look. Oh, my goodness. It is out of the park. Home run. It dropped by the Bluefield State sign, according to my spotters here. Wow. However, though, I mean, you got to give them credit, though. They couldn't get to it. You see, it's very hard to see back here. You know, it looks like it about went out. But with that, Taylor Maldonado makes it home. Clay Wisner coming up. Got a runner on second. Rather, Elijah Lewis as Wisner brought home Maldonado with an RBI double. Elijah Lewis. Here it comes. Swung on. Right field. And it's caught for the out. And with that, we will say after that RBI single scored, or RBI double rather, scored from Clay Wisner, bringing home Taylor Maldonado. It is now a 10-5 ball game. Bluefield having twice as many runs as Point, and 5 of them coming in the bottom of the fifth. So when we return, we'll have the top of the sixth here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Top of the sixth coming up, and we over the break we had seen some of the comments on the live. We want to shout out Joey Jarvis for giving us a shout out, one of our Bluefield faithful. We thank you for listening and watching. And also, as a correction, and thanks for the pointers, I did get my K's mixed up on the strikeouts. But as Woods comes up, here comes the pitch. And it's going to be swung on, but an out as it's caught. Woods getting the out. Jackson Bush. I am so sorry. Jackson Bush coming into bat for point. Here comes the pitch. And that one's going to be down the middle for strike one. One out on the board. Here comes the next pitch from Voss. And that one's strike two. Jason Downs, the pitcher for Bluefield, entering into the contest, as we have just noticed. 0-2 the count. Downs in his first series of pitches. One, two the count. He throws. And the pitch goes wild. One out. One, two the count. One out on the board. 10-5 Bluefield. Here comes a pitch from Downs. Swung on left field. And it looks like Lewis doesn't catch it and doesn't get to first in time. Coming up to first is Jackson Bush. Now coming up, Saunier at the bottom of the lineup here. And here comes the pitch. And it's swung on. Shallow right field, and second baseman drops back and grabs it in Torres. So with that, out number two by Torres, the catch. Flip the cards over, because guess who is coming up next? Brown coming up next in the left-handed batter's box. 2 outs, 10-5 on the scoreboard, runner on first. Bluefield in the lead. But looking to answer his point as the pitch comes in, and that one's a ball, 1-0. 2 outs on the board. Here comes the next pitch, and that one goes down for ball 2. 2-0 the count. 2 outs on the board. Bluefield leads by 5 in the top of the sixth. The game only goes to 7 innings, as per the NAIA in-conference rules, as we got a runner on first. Here comes the pitch from Downs. Downs looks and throws and almost hits him. But it's a ball, nonetheless. Brings the count to 3-0. 2 outs. 10-5 Bluefield. Here comes the next one from Downs. He clasps, pivots, pitches, and right across the plate for strike number 1. 2 outs. 10-5 the score. Bluefield in the lead. Downs coming up with the next pitch. And it's swung but foul across the third base line. Brings to a full count all the way around. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. A runner on first. And the pitch goes. Oh, the pitch goes now, and it's bobbled. Wild pitch. Or ball 4, taking the base anyway, is Brown. But definitely, though, had it not been a ball 4, that wild pitch could have, could have been bad. But now with that ball 4 call taking the base, we now got a runner on first and a runner on second. Brown on first, Bush on second. Coming up to bat is Varnum. The count runs 1-0. 2 outs on the board. Here comes the next pitch. Voss looks. And it's swung on and caught. So with that ends the 6th inning. Or rather, that ends the top half of the 6th inning. So when we come back, we will have the bottom of the 6th here on the Rams Digital Sports Network with a score 10-5. Yes. Ah. Okay. Didn't know. At least he knows what I'm saying. Am I still on? I'm still emitting something. Mm. It happens. Let's see who we got here. Elijah Lewis got the out. So who's up? Taylor Moe? Yeah. Taylor Moe. Okay, here we go. Top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th. Yeah. Bottom of the 6th here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams get their chance to lengthen the lead as Taylor Moe, the first baseman, comes up to bat. And Williamson gets another chance at the mound. The score is 10-5 Bluefield. It was tied for a little bit. Point had the lead a little bit early on, but hey, here comes the first pitch as that one is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Bluefield having a successful lead this afternoon already. It's the bottom of the 6th. Here comes the next pitch from Williamson. And that one is going to go foul across the third base line. Brings the count 0-2. No outs on the board. Castillo, my apologies. The pitcher. Castillo gets ready for the 1-2. And it's swung on, goes to right field. And is it caught? Yes, it is caught by Jacoby Smith. Jacoby Smith in right field catching for Point University gets 1 out on the board and preventing the base hit from Taylor Moe in F9. Coming up next is Genter, who's been catching in this game, as Castillo dishes down low, ball 1. Nobody on. Here comes the next one from Castillo. He clasps, pivots, throws, and a foul tip brings it 1-1 and 1 out on the board. Next pitch coming up. And down in the dirt, once again, going to ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strikes for Genter, 1 out on the board. 10-5 Bluefield is the score. Here comes the next one. And that one's down low again for ball 3 from Castillo, en route to the bat of Genter. 3-1 is the count, 1 out, 10-5 Bluefield. Castillo clasps, looks, pivots, and throws. And that one's going to go foul across third base. So with that, the count 3, 2, and 1 out on the board. 10-5 the score. Bluefield is in the lead by 5. Here comes the next, and it's swung on left field, and it's in fair territory, and he rounds to second as he gets the double. We have a pinch runner coming in for Genter. Dalen Nye coming in for Genter as a pinch runner. Coming in at second base after Genter scoring the double. Coming up next, Torres transitioning to the left-handed box. 10-5 Bluefield. 1 out on the board. Castillo is looking ahead and throws down low and in the pocket for ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Here comes the next dish, and that one's going to go foul, this time across the third base line. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Castillo throws, swung on, second, scoops it up, throws it to first. Is he going to get it in time? No, he will not, as it is a safe call for Mr. Torres. Dalen Nye also comes to third base, so we got a runner on third and first, with Torres getting the single. Nate Cobb in the left-handed box, the center fielder. A righty-lefty matchup in store for Castillo. Here comes the pitch from Castillo, and it's bobbled out. And coming in home, is it going to score? Yes, it will. Not a run batted in, but Genter makes it home with another run scored. Bluefield Rams are now up by 11. Staying at second base, though, we have Torres. Runner on second. 11-5 Bluefield. Two-0 is the count, or 1-0 is the count. 1 out on the board. Here's a 1-0. And outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out on the board. Here comes the next pitch. And that one swung on to center. And it looks like center fielder is going to take a grab at it in Brown. Big F8 in the books for Cobb. One of his own kind kept giving a grab as another center fielder getting that time. Still a runner on second in Torres. As coming home was Dalen Nye. Genter's pinch runner. Here's the first pitch as he looks at his options. He throws, and a big swing and a miss for strike number 1. 2 outs. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. And a hits batsman on the back. Medlock on a hits batsman. 2 outs on the board. As the catcher in Howard confers with Castillo about strategy, maybe. As now we have a runner on first and second. Medlock off of the hits batsman. Torres goes to second after hitting a single and then making it to second off of a bobbled wild pitch. So now we're coming back to the top of the lineup with Max Aristi, the right fielder. 2 outs on the board. It is 11-5 Bluefield. It is bottom of the 6th inning. Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be outs. Or it's going to be swing and a miss, rather, for strike 1. 0-1 the count. 2 outs on the board. Comes the next pitch from Castillo. And it's swung on, and it is caught by Brown. So with that, it is now a 3-out scenario after being caught by another F8. Second to F8 for Brown in this inning. So when we come back, we will have the top of the 7th on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the Bluefield Rams lead by 6. I think I'm doing pretty good. I bet that'll be what happens.
Been here since goodness knows this morning. Had class at 9, wouldn't worked out.
Top of the 7th here. This may be the last half inning. If Point University does not score, this could be Bluefield University's redemption point as Varnum comes up to bat. Not Voss. Jason Downs with the 1-1. Here comes the next pitch from Downs. We had a couple pitchers today. Earlier, we did have Mr. Ryan Voss. J.J. Downs came in a little later. As that one sails to the outside for ball 2. 2-1, no outs on the board. 11-5, Bluefield is in the lead. This could be the last half inning if Bluefield maintains the lead. It's top of the 7th, 11-5, and that pitch leads it out 2-2. Here comes the next pitch from Downs. And the pitch comes in, and it's a ball right there. parallel to the left-handed batter's box. Here comes the next one. And it's swung and caught. So with that, one out on the board from the get-go for Varnum. Coming up next, we have Jacoby Smith. And the pitch, and that one's going to be a strike. No balls, one strike, one out on the board, 11-5 is the score. And it's swung on, and it is caught by the second baseman for Bluefield, Torres, getting the catch. That brings the second straight out. Looks like we got a pinch hitter coming in for Garcia. As Downs pivots, goes for it, and ball is knocked foul down the first base line. No balls, one strike, 2 outs, 11-5 Bluefield, top of the 7th. This could be it, as Bluefield might get their redemption here, but I cannot say that. I got to knock on wood, both sides. And that one goes as a ball. 1-1. Here's the pitch. And that ball also going foul, bringing the count 1-2, 2 outs, 11-5, the score, Bluefield. Downs getting ready for the next pitch. He pivots and throws, and that one too low, and it's a ball. With that, deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Here's the next pitch from Downs. And a swing, and hitting the net backstop all the way up here for the foul ball. Count remains 2-2 with the deuces remaining wild. And here is the next pitch, and grounder out to first, and Taylor Moe grabs it, and he is out. So with 3 up, 3 down, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the ball game, as there's no need for a bottom of a 7th inning. So with that, Bluefield gets their redemption. I am so excited, Jackson. Very excited that Bluefield has finally, gotten their redemption after a tough first game. I think they've really proven themselves. They are now going to 16-1 on their record.
Yeah, the Rams, they showed a lot of character tonight, getting the big win over the Point University Skyhawks. Don't forget, game number 3 slated up at noon tomorrow. But a couple things else going on the Rams Digital Sports Network at 11, men's volleyball. And then at 4:30, another men's volleyball game. 2 men's volleyballs as you end your long week here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Ethan?
Yes.
Such a great game.
Such a great game. The doubleheader. First game, Bluefield lost. I believe that one was 11-8. And then now Bluefield wins 11-5 on the other side of the coin, as the Bluefield University Rams come away with a celebration and a good pep talk from Coach Mike White in between contests. So with that, once again, your final score for the second game, Bluefield 11, Point University 5. We thank you all for listening to the Rams Digital Sports Network. From Jackson Bast, this is Ethan Stinson, and we say good night and take it easy, Rams fans. Until next time on the Rams Digital Sports Network.